Please be seated. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Reverend Lisa Ann, and it is a joy and a privilege to be here today. On behalf of Joe and Taylor, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy lives to join us under the eyes of the Lord as we witness the union of Joe and Taylor in marriage. Taylor and Joe have asked that everyone please make certain that your cell phones are turned off and put away. We don't want someone's highway to hell ringtone going off during the ceremony. Also, please refrain from taking pictures. Taylor and Joe promised that they will share their professional ones. Thank you so much. Joe and Taylor have chosen each and every one of us to be here with them today, to witness their wedding vows as they continue their journey together as husband and wife. This is our task, our special honor. Our being here is what makes this moment sacred and valuable. So please take a moment now to take a deep breath and feel at peace as we celebrate and solemnize this union. We would like to take a moment now to acknowledge our dearly departed loved ones, as well as those who were simply unable to attend this ceremony. We know that their spirits are here with us today, sharing in our joy. We feel their presence, and we take solace in the knowledge that they would be thrilled to see this union. They are missed and will always remain in the hearts of those who love them. A wedding is the celebration of the miracle of love, and that's what we're here to do, to celebrate that miracles do occur, that at any moment the unexpected can happen, and that most inexplicably and wonderfully the path of our entire lives can change. Taylor and Joe, you give us all hope. And we are overjoyed to be your witnesses on this day. We are here to celebrate, to honor, to laugh, to dance, and to see that in the marriage of Taylor and Joe, love, in all of its beauty, is in our midst today. You two are the living embodiment of happiness and shared love, and we are all elated to share with you this celebration, to be reminded that true love, abiding love, is a consequence of the practice of love, and that no chance taken is ever wasted or ever lost. But marriage is more than just the union of two people. It's the gathering of a community, as evidenced by your presence here today. Family and friends, as witnesses to this union, you are all charged with a very special responsibility to support and to encourage this couple throughout their years to come. And so there will be a point in this ceremony later where you too will be asked to join in and share your dedication and declaration of support for this couple. But I'd like to take a few minutes now to talk about why I believe these two are so right together. Their individual warmth and humor and light grow exponentially when they are together. I loved learning about them, like how they've been together since October 10th, 2014, and met at California University of Pennsylvania. They were both in Greek life and met through mutual friends. Taylor wonders about it, but Joe says they still would have met, even if it hadn't been for Greek life. How Taylor's foot was broken for the first 3 months of their relationship, and Joe took care of her. They weren't dating when the incident happened, but they became official within 2 weeks. He introduced her as, quote, my girlfriend, as homecoming. And when she looked at him, he said, well, that's what you are, right? They got engaged on their 6th anniversary in 2020. They had gone golfing at Hidden Valley, and at the very first hole, after Taylor teed off and shanked it 2 feet, and said shit or damn it or something. She looks up and Joe is on one knee. Well, she thought it might happen that weekend, but she certainly didn't expect it on the golf course. She had given in and tried golf during the pandemic. Well, after that, they played the rest of the course, and Taylor had her least frustrating round ever, although she couldn't actually put the ring on due to her golf glove. I love how they live together in their house that they bought in August 2021, how they love their fur kids. Oliver the cat, who's 8, whom Taylor had in her dorm room. She gave him to her parents when she got caught, but then she got him back. And Gemma, the golden retriever, who turned 1 last week on July 23rd. How Joe got Taylor into outdoorsy things, even though she's the girly one, like hiking and backpacking, camping, kayaking, and glamping. How they love to go to concerts and festivals like Summerfest. How they love to work out, go for runs, do 5Ks and other races. And how Taylor says that Joe brings out the adventurous side of her. So I asked Taylor and Joe to each tell me 5 moments in their history when they knew that this was the person for them. Neither knows what the other has written. So I would like to read those to you now. Taylor said, 1, we started our relationship when I had a broken foot. He got me all the Boy Meets World seasons on DVD from the Cal U library, cooked me dinner, carried me upstairs, took care of me, and was very attentive. I knew from there, even at 20 years old, that's how he'd always be to me and our future family. Number 2, he's the kindest person I know. You can truly tell a person's character by how they treat others. When it comes to wait staff, cashiers, strangers, family, friends, or anybody, he has this genuine nature and desire to learn more about a person and truly listen. He exudes both patience and kindness with me, with his friendships, family members, and even strangers, which is something that's so important to a relationship. 3, Joe is my best friend first. From talking about a mutual love of Taylor Swift, discussing Harry Potter and other books we've both read, quoting SpongeBob SquarePants, and knowing all the words to any punk rock song played at a fraternity house or a dingy dive bar, it made sense when our friendship turned into a relationship. Number 4, when I began meeting Joe's friends and family members, I realized how important relationships are to Joe and who he surrounds himself with. Those who he was friends with during his childhood, high school, and college are still in his life today and are an important part of who he is. And each of those friends and family members are here with us today. It's clear how important relationships are to him and how he's cultivated each of them, whether it's been 20 years, 10 years, or 5 years. And this has showed me how loyal and caring he is and will be for the rest of our lives. And number 5, sometimes you just know. And sometimes there aren't moments in time to pinpoint. When I think of why Joe is the one for me, I think about how he is my best friend, how he's a natural teacher who's always willing to explain some obscure science or history fact to me. He's my biggest cheerleader, outdances me on the dance floor. He's the best pet dad, explaining to me how he wasn't really a cat person, but he is an Oliver person. Is always down to make plans or stay in the house whenever I ask to. He's driven, the best listener, and is ultimately my main source of peace and home. And Joe said, number 1, Taylor recently got into golf during the pandemic. We found a golf course that has a winery attached. We bought some wine and snuck it into the golf course in water bottles. I think it was the best round we ever played. Not sure if that was because of the wine or not. Number 2, Taylor and I went to Washington, D.C. for a few days before a work conference for her company. We explored the city, and she even spent a part of the day going through the museums with me because she knew that's what I wanted to do, even as I read just about everything on every single exhibit. Number 3, we went skiing with some friends, and it was the first time Taylor had ever gone skiing. She ended up powering through a few trips down the mountain, mostly on her butt because she was scared of going too fast. She was afraid, but she did keep trying, for a while anyway. I know it was tough for her, but she tried for me. Number 4, I love this one. Taylor agreed to go backpacking with me. It was night, and we were camping in the middle of nowhere, and we heard coyotes begin to make noise. Taylor said, "Those are just dogs, right?" And I told her, "Of course." They definitely weren't dogs, but I didn't tell her that until the next day. And number 5, our nightly walks with our dog, Gemma. It's always the best part of my day because we get to unwind, talk about our day, and just enjoy each other's company without any distractions. Well, you can see that these are 2 lives that have meshed in a perfect way, destined to become one here with us today. Your love for one another and your willingness to accept each other's strengths and weaknesses with insight and consideration will help cement the foundation for a strong and lasting marriage. Marriage is not about looking for perfection in each other. It's about being flexible, patient, and understanding. It's about laughing together and learning to laugh at yourselves. Most importantly, it's about forgiveness and compromise. Remember that although your love and your need for one another is mutual, you are individuals with different views and different needs. So respect this and learn to adapt to each other's needs without forgetting who you are and what is important to you. As you enter this union, your belief that marriage is a partnership between equal individuals with common goals, hopes, and dreams will give your life special meaning and fulfillment. There's a vast unknown future stretching out before you, but what a great tribute to your faith in each other, that you are willing to face those uncertainties together. May the love you share grow deeper and more secure with every passing year. Love is a force more powerful than any other. Though it cannot be seen or measured, it offers more joy than any material possessions. Love takes 2 people of different backgrounds and experiences and joins them together as one. So at this time, Joe and Taylor would like you to witness an untraditional tradition. The fact that it is untraditional is probably why it appeals to them so much. So here's how it works. Taylor and Joe have written love letters to each other. The letters have been sealed, and neither has seen what the other has written. In these letters, they have detailed why they fell in love and what they truly admire about the other person. There are heartfelt words describing their feelings, their aspirations for the future, and the reasons why they are choosing to marry each other here today. These sealed letters will encapsulate the romance and the sense of hope that they are both feeling at this special time in their relationship. So, these letters, along with this really beautiful bottle of Pinot Noir, are going to be locked into this special box made just for this purpose. Taylor and Joe, please repeat together after me. I promise to respect and honor.
I promise to respect and honor
the commitments we have made here today.
the commitments we have made here today,
And through kindness and compassion,
and through kindness and compassion,
achieve the life we have planned together.
achieve the life we have planned together.
Taylor and Joe, will you please come lock this box?
Oh, yes. Technical difficulties.
Taylor and Joe are going to open this box on their first anniversary. They are going to share the bottle of wine and read the letters. Here's the twist, though. When they've done that, they're going to put in a new bottle of wine and a new set of love letters, along with the old letters, and they're going to lock that box for another 4 years, opening it again on their 5th anniversary. This will represent continually renewing their love, because a love like theirs isn't something you celebrate just once. What an incredible journey it's going to be for them to see how the emotion in those letters deepen and ripen over the years, just like the wine, aging and becoming more valuable and more exquisite. Taylor and Joe, if at some point in the future you find your marriage facing insurmountable hardships and you feel like you may have lost your way, I want you to sit down as a couple and open the box. Uncork and enjoy that bottle of wine, and open and carefully read the love letter or letters, in your case, that your partner has written for you, which will remind you why you fell in love and why you're choosing to marry each other here today. The hope is, of course, that you never have a reason other than your anniversary to open the box, and that your romantic sentiments and the words of commitment that you have written to one another will always serve you as a gift beyond measure. May they always remind you of the love that you have for each other, be it the 5th or 10th, 25th or 50th year of your marriage. And now it is time to share in the vows of marriage. Taylor, please give me your answer at the end of my questions. Do you, Taylor, take Joe to be your husband, your partner in life, and your one true love? Will you cherish your union and love him more each day than you did the day before? Will you trust and respect him, laugh with him and cry with him, loving him faithfully through good times and bad, regardless of the obstacles you may face together? Do you give him your hand, your heart, and your love from this day forward for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Joe, please give me your answer at the end of my questions. Do you, Joe, take Taylor to be your wife, your partner in life, and your one true love? Will you cherish your union and love her more each day than you did the day before? Will you trust and respect her, laugh with her and cry with her, loving her faithfully through good times and bad, regardless of the obstacles you may face together? And do you give her your hand, your heart, and your love from this day forward for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
May we have the rings, please? From the earliest times, the circle has been a symbol of completeness, a sign of abiding love. An unbroken circle represents a commitment of love that is never ending. These rings symbolize the ties that will bind you together as husband and wife. So I hope when either of you look at these rings, you'll be reminded of the enduring covenant to love and to honor each other that you are making today. Joe, as you place the ring on Taylor's finger, please repeat after me. I, Joe, give to you, Taylor,
I, Joe, give to you, Taylor,
this ring
this ring
as a sign of my vow
as a sign of my vow
to love, honor, and cherish you.
to love, honor, and cherish you.
You may place the ring on her finger. Taylor, as you place the ring on Joe's finger, please repeat after me. I, Taylor, give to you, Joe,
I, Taylor, give to you, Joe,
this ring
this ring
as a sign of my vow
as a sign of my vow
to love, honor, and cherish you.
to love, honor, and to cherish you.
You may put the ring on his finger. Esteemed guests, we have not forgotten you. As I told you earlier, you have a special responsibility as witnesses to this gathering. Taylor and Joe chose to have a gathering of family and friends for this wonderful occasion to let you know how deeply in their hearts they care for you and how deeply honored they are to have family who loves them the way that you do. They wanted to feel the presence and love of family and friends as they continue this lifelong commitment to each other. So, I now invite each of you, as members of this gathering, to verbally share your support for Taylor and Joe by answering a vigorous "we will" to the following questions. Everybody ready? Will each of you do everything you can to love, support, and care for these two people in their marriage?
We will.
In times of challenge, will you offer them the strength of your wisest counsel and the comfort of your thoughtful concern?
We will.
And at times of joy, will you celebrate with them, nourishing their love for one another?
We will.
I encourage you to always choose love in your thoughts and interactions with Joe and Taylor. Stand beside them, not between them. Come to them with hearts of peace, not of judgment. Honor their marriage. Show them your kindness, your support, and your loving hearts. And on their behalf, I thank you. So Taylor and Joe, you have given yourselves to each other in unselfish love. You have made a solemn vow to each other, a deliberate promise that come what may, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, you will be true and faithful to each other. I would like to close now with a favorite wedding blessing. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter for the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there will be no loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two persons, but there is only one life before you. May beauty surround you both in the journey ahead and through all the years, and may happiness be your companion, and your days together be good and long upon the earth. Taylor and Joe, as you have consented together this day to enter into the holy bonds of marriage, and having pledged and sealed your vows by the giving and receiving of rings, by the power vested in me, it is my joy and personal privilege to pronounce you married. You may now kiss.